Hello everybody, welcome to the final stream replay. In this replay, it's going to be a long one. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, please subscribe, and please turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when I upload. Also, if you're watching this on Facebook, you can share, like, and do whatever. Let's get on with the video. I put in what did we say about the ritual, say to start the ritual, and what we say is ask Clara. So, basically what we're doing is we're now getting into the ritual part of the whole thing and now saying what we need for the ritual. So what we say is Isaac and George talk to... We'll just talk to for now because we're gonna come back later anyways, so might as well just do talked to Officer Jim. Glad you could show up. Glad you could show back up. It looks like... Wait. We had the dog. Oh. Wait, what were we doing about the dog? Oh, good lord. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Option 1. I think we picked option 3. So the dog runs away and it ends up in Isaac's truck somehow. And that would have been 3 at the night. So we need to do that way earlier than before Isaac and George head up to... Did we give this guy a name? Dave. Probably needed a last name as well. Or did we give last names? I don't think we gave last names, did we? Ivan and Bill, no. I guess we can do first names first, I guess. Looks like Dave was the victim this time. Isaac and George talked to Officer Jim. Glad you could show back up. It looks like the victim, or Dave was the victim this time. Was there any other evidence? Then, was there any other evidence that showed up? Or is there any other evidence that showed up? Said, by the looks of it, just the same evidence so far. Okay, so it'll be the same evidence. We won't add any other evidence in there. And that could be it, I guess. Maybe just looking around the area, maybe there's another fur. Oh, no, we can ask Officer Jim. Said, we are gonna have the dog run away, find Isaac's truck. But, like I said, if we said that they won't know about the dog. If the dog ran away, found Isaac's truck, we would have the group put out posters or whatever and try and look for this dog. Or try and find whose owner this is, but I think now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably more better that if Officer Jim knows who Dave is, then we can just say that he had a dog with him. That he has a dog, and there could be a dog that runs away. But maybe... I mean, maybe they can figure that stuff out. If they can... Okay, hold on. If the group figures out that they're... If the group figures out that the dog is Dave's dog, maybe there's a reason why the dog will be with the group, maybe? I think we kind of gotta have that sort of backup reason why. So, maybe we can have the dog kind of has a feeling that it knows what the group is gonna do. Alright, we're gonna ask if the pelt was there. Was there a pelt like last time? Maybe I asked. We'll say yes, there was. In fact, there was. But I don't know why the pelt is there. Oh, we could actually have Officer Jim say that, or give belief that it could be a hunter. Because of a hunter, if it is because of a hunter, they could be probably left or be left astray and be like, why? Also, I think Officer Jim is kind of in a wondering, why is there a pelt there? And why is this significant? Because obviously Officer Jim doesn't know about this, but I don't think the group will let him know, because that could lead to problems. Being like him, oh, I don't believe you. It could just be a hunter. So I think that's why. I just feel like this is a hunter just playing a game. Or, well, maybe we could have them believe that it's giving them a message. Playing a trick. Wait. No, not a trick. In fact, there was, but I don't know why the pelt is there. I just feel like this is a hunter just playing a trick. I mean, a trick would be better. A trick would be nice. Sorry, a trick. Because I think if last time we were doing... Because why would... Oh, yeah, because why would... Yeah, why would, Officer Jim believe that there's a skinwalker there? You know? It's just like... playing a trick. Maybe they... Oh, yeah. Officer Jim would go on the lead that this hunter is the murderer, which in fact it is not. And there is no hunter. Apart from Skinwalker. Wait. There's gotta be a better wording for this. It's just playing a trick. Or not a better wording, a better way of saying this. To lead us... I gotta get rid of this. In fact, there was. So we did not get into what Officer Jim said that he... Or what Officer Jim thinks that it could be. So maybe we can get into that. I know... Wait, no. Yeah, I know that from... We'll just stick with who do you think murdered... Okay, I'm gonna have to leave that. I'm gonna have to re-look into that later. And rewatch the VODs, because I don't exactly know what happened with that one. So next is I will find out what it is and wait until nighttime. Okay. Isaac and George jump into the truck and heads back to the... Oh, sorry, not truck, hotel. Maybe they talk? Oh yeah, they talk. Oh, we were doing the, jobs and stuff for money-wise. I guess that would make sense. Maybe. I guess we could do that at the start of the chapter or something. Back to the hotel room. Jasmine and Clara are I guess they'd be organizing bullets into place. Or into researching, maybe. Researching history about the forest, maybe. Or researching more history about the forest, but not related to the actual thing that's going on. Just like a little bit of extra stuff. Isaac and George enters the room and sits at the bed. Then Isaac says, "So we just came back from the crime scene and the evidence stayed the same." Well, I guess that confirms that we are dealing with a skinwalker. I guess it would be a question. So, no, maybe then. So then, that confirms that we are dealing with a skinwalker. By the looks of it, yes. Good. Because we just made a whole bunch of magic infused... Is that what I'm gonna call this? Infused bullets? Magic infused bullets. Dark magic infused bullets. Jasmine said, "When you mean magic infused bullets, what do you mean?" Isaac asked, "I mean that we did the ritual on the bullets. Just joking. Making sure you knew what you were talking about. I guess he can also say, and now we need to wait until night. It is confirmed that we are dealing with a skinwalker. Why just the... or no. Do we have to wait until night is when the skinwalker will be out and about, which makes it easier to kill, to track, since it since it will change its form. But we will head out during the evening to just investigate a little. So, we last left off where they were gonna head out to the evening and set up. I think that's where we last left off. The group heads out into the evening to set up, to go and set up their traps, whatever they need to go set up. But what seems to happen, and then they talk about if the traps are gonna work. If it's gonna work on the skinwalker, and if they're kind of talking about whether or not it is going to be as accurate as it seems in the book. Ghosts and spirits. So, what Isaac's talking about here is he isn't really an expert, and he hasn't really kind of dealt with this type of expertise, so it's going to be a little bit of a different one for him. That being said, so, and Jasmine and Clara make 5 bullets each, which that would be 20 in total. So they got 20, she made 20 in total just to make sure that it doesn't happen again. And there will be times where Skinwalker won't be like, or it will be like that. What I gotta do is I got to do the actionary words. So that's about it. So we know that Zeus the dog, who is a German Shepherd, disappeared, or I guess escaped from the Skinwalker, and is now under Isaac's truck. So now we know where the dog is, and in this little blurb, or in this page, they're talking about what they should do with the dog, calling animal control. And they kind of talk about calling animal control as kind of they're a little bit mean, and it's not good for their situation. And they don't know whose dog it is. Right here, they have no street address, just the dog's name, and no one knows. And by the way, guess what? The group has no idea that the dog's owner has died from the Skinwalker, so that is something else that's interesting. So now, I'm probably gonna fix a lot of this parts where it's just like Isaac parked in a nearby parking lot. But other than that, that's about it. Just gonna fix some loose ends here. Read here is how much ropes they're gonna be attempting to set up 2 traps, but then Isaac forgot he didn't get any traps, so Yeah. Well, we don't have bear traps, but we do have some rope. So, of course, the rope could work and not work. And, of course, it won't work because... Well, it won't work because the Skinwalker just missed it. So, it's not on the Skinwalker. Or the, It's more on where the Skinwalker walked rather than the... where they set it up. So, that's about it. Cult members, apparently they don't show up. They go and destroy it, which, of course, when they destroy it, a beam comes out and, like, it weakens the feeling of the darkness that is in there. Of course. They don't go in the cave because they're waiting on Isaac, and this is before they destroy the ritual. So they find their ritual spot and destroy it. The beam of light comes out. Did they go? Okay, so they split up and go investigate. Jasmine and Clara go, Jasmine and George go, and Clara and Isaac. Whoops. Oh, never mind, that's what Isaac's saying. Right? No. Okay, I forgot to put that in. Okay, that's another thing that I gotta do. Okay, so I think we are now at where the Skinwalker is at. Or where the Skinwalker... There's a shadow that comes out and looks at George. Okay, so Isaac, look to your left. Yeah, sees a shadow. They don't know it's a Skinwalker until Isaac looks at it, I guess. Or until it climbs up a tree. No, until it climbs down, sorry. Or you may not know, but I'm sure you may not know, but I sure do know that this shadow is the Skinwalker. So it's confirmed that it's a Skinwalker. Here. Isaac gets taken. Oh, well, before that, Skinwalker got... Or I guess before that, Isaac and George get their guns pushed down, or gets their guns out of their hands and gets pushed down to the ground. And then the Skinwalker raised its arm. And the Skinwalker raises its arm at George. A gunshot is heard. So, okay. I didn't put in who shot it, and it's just going to be a mystery. And I kind of feel like that would be a good idea. Or I could put in... But then they don't see it, so they don't know who. Maybe I can talk about that after. Yeah, that could work. I could probably put that in after their whole thing is done. The bullet goes into the shoulder. It doesn't really fully kill it. Then Isaac gets grabbed and gets taken to the cave that George, Jasmine, and Clara didn't go into. They're talking about that they don't really have that they only have one flashlight. Isaac has has every equipment with them, so it's in a bag. So George notices that a skeleton has a book and wants to know if it's journal, but there is no book, and it isn't a journal. It's not just a book. like in another book. At this point, this is where Isaac could be alive, and Clara's just asking to make sure. And he also has a pulse. Okay, so now now Clara is at the exit of the cave, or in that open, there's an open cave, or an opening in the cave where Isaac is at, and Clara is just covering the exit just to see if the Skinwalker is, but it's not there. George looks around the cave, finds a tunnel, I said tunnel, I think. Sorry, I'm just looking at yeah, a tunnel that leads to a dead end. So there's only one tunnel that leads to a dead end in that Alpha area. Jasmine and George kill the Skinwalker, making it start on flames, then disappear into dust. Clara, Jasmine, and George are talking about killing the Skinwalker. I think this is when Isaac wakes up. A little bit after. Yeah, Isaac wakes up just a little bit before. Like 2 sentences before. And then this is where they just talk about, you know, the case and all that stuff, and going back to HQ. And then comes the good part. So, we are back at Steve's library. And this is where we get to know that Claire wants something to end the world, and Steve has it. Now, I said that there was going to be 3 trials in this book. There is not. And I finally figured out what it's going to be. So, first of all, the problem with the 3 trials is it's kind of hard to figure out what trials are going to be in this, or what trials she has to go through and all that type of stuff, because the trials should be generally for the humans, and the humans would have to do something to get rid of the whatever she's doing. So we picked a book, so we're gonna do some ingredients. So now it could be with an ingredient, could be like vampire blood or something like that, demon blood, human blood, a human soul, anything like that. So this book is going to be powerful. Obviously Steve isn't willing to give the book over to Claire. We know that Claire is now a powerful demon. Hunter, no, a very powerful demon, Claire says. So we obviously know that she's a very powerful demon, but we don't know her abilities just yet. She also set Steve's library on fire, so that is pretty funny. You know, obviously Steve is another demon, but is not willing. But is not. He's a good demon. What he's doing is he's leaving his life behind as a evil demon to be a good demon. And a friendly demon. Who could help the group. We are gonna consider that he's gonna help the group, so we gotta do that. And then the library continues to burn down. He grabs a piece of paper. Obviously on this paper it's gonna be a way to stop the end of the world. Then Steve vanishes. Also Claire vanishes as well when she says, "Have it your way then." Okay. That's a bit of a recap on what we were talking about, and yeah. And for the release, I may, if I don't get the audiobook done, I may just push the release date back a little bit to September. But yeah. Okay, let's read the section that we were at, or that we last left off at. So it is around here. Okay, so this section is going to be read out, and we are at page. Technically, we are on page 26 out of 38. So just a section there. Alright, let's read this. But we need to head out during the evening to set up. That's Isaac saying that. Okay, but what is there to set up? Clara asked. We will set up a few traps around the area, Isaac said. Are you sure the traps will work? Jasmine asked. You know that I have no idea on whether any of this will work, so right now I am hoping that this book is accurate as it seems, Isaac said. Wait, I thought you were an expert, Jasmine said. Yeah, on ghosts and spirits, not whatever this is. And I did not say that I was an expert. It may seem like it, but no. Okay, Isaac said. Okay, even though you say you are an expert, you seem to know way more than us. And if that should tell you anything, it's that you spent your own time to research and help people. That is what it meant. That is what matters. Clara said. I agree with Clara, I said. Same here, Jasmine said. Thank you all for your kind words, Isaac said, and goes in for a group hug. But we should get going. We got a skinwalker to kill. Before we go, I need to hand out the bullets, Jasmine said, as she hands out 5 bullets each. Isaac, Jasmine, Clara, and I head out to the truck, but before we enter, we heard a dog whine. Wait, did you guys hear a dog whine? I asked. Yeah, but we should ignore the dog. It could be anywhere, Jasmine said. The dog continues to whine. It sounded like it came from under the truck, Isaac said. Then crouches down and looks under the truck. Sees a German Shepherd. Well, the dog is under the truck. What? How will we get the dog out? Clara asked. Clara, why did you ask that? Jasmine asked. Jasmine, it's a serious question, Clara said. Oh, really? Do you own any animals at all? Or have people you know have animals? Jasmine asked. No and no, Clara said. Okay, if you guys are done arguing, I'd like to get back to the problem on hand, Isaac said. Sorry, should not have been so hard on you, Clara. Just having a hard time to believe everything that is going on, Jasmine said, and then as she hugs Clara. Okay, Isaac, what are you thinking on hat? Okay, Isaac, what are you thinking on hat? What are you thinking? How should we handle this? Well, since it is whining, we should still be cautious, so maybe calling it out and being nice, Isaac said. Why can't we call animal control? Clara asked. The issue with calling animal control is that they are like the meanest people ever, and the situation is not that bad, Isaac said. Okay, Clara said. Sorry, I meant to so when I meant that their situation is bad, it isn't bad, it's just in their situation. It isn't as bad since it is just under the truck. Okay, Clara said. Isaac called the dog while Clara, Jasmine, and George walked back to the entrance of the hotel. Which needs to get changed at the hotel. Come on, doggy. You need to get out from under the truck, Isaac repeatedly says. The dog continues to whine until 2 minutes later the dog finally comes out, rubbed against Isaac. Well, doggo, what is your name? Isaac said as he looked at the collar. He saw a dog tag that had a name Zeus, and no street address. Isaac waved for us to come back. Did the dog get out? I asked. Yes, the dog. Yeah, and get this. On the dog tag it says his Zeus name, but no street address. Really? Why no street address? Clara asked. Yeah, maybe the owner was concerned about leaking where he lived. Of course he wouldn't want to leak where he lived because he's probably a little bit scared about what will happen. What are we going to do about Zeus? Jasmine asked. What are we going to do about Zeus? Jasmine asked. You'll have to stay in the truck for now, Isaac said. Zeus barked at the back door of the truck. Wait, when did Zeus get in the truck? Oh, no. Oh, never mind. He barked at the back door of the truck. Wow, I didn't realize that dogs could be smart, Clara said. Isaac opens the door and lets Zeus in, then enters the driver's door. As soon as everyone entered the truck, Isaac drove off. Isaac parked in a nearby parking lot. We exited the truck. We left Zeus in the truck, but Isaac... Wait, hold on. Thought I was muted. In the truck. But Isaac rolled down the window, but didn't. Rolled down the window. But I don't think he will move or leave. He was enjoying our company and seemed to not get out when we got out. Isaac opened the tailgate, grabbed the bag of equipment, and closed the tailgate. Then walked into Bird's camp and Go Forest. So, what should we do first? Jasmine asked. We should probably set up traps, Isaac said. Then he looked in the bag. Well, we don't have any bear traps, but we do have some rope. How much rope? I asked. Only enough for one trap, so this may not go our way, Isaac said. It's better than nothing at all, Jasmine said. Yeah, okay, I will set up the traps around the 2 crime scenes. You guys should find that ritual spot from the history book, Isaac said. What if we see cult members? Clara asked. You should be fine. Cult members only come out at night, and if they do show up, then hide and text me, Jasmine said. Isaac said. Okay, what if we do find it? What do we do? I guess try and destroy it and see what happens, but I highly doubt that it will do anything, Isaac said. Okay, I will send a text when we do, I said. Before you guys go, take a knife just in case. We are wrong about this, Skinwalker, Isaac said, giving each of us a silver knife, then walking off towards the 2 crime scenes. Jasmine, Clara, and I walked to the cave, walked to where I think Sam's cabin would have been located, but instead found a cave. I think we found a cave, I said. Do you think this is where the Skinwalker is staying during the day? Jasmine asked. You know, this could be the case. text Isaac and let him know. I said. I texted Isaac. I found a cave and think that the skinwalker could be in the cave. Okay, I said. Okay, I will be right there. Keep looking for that dang ritual. Okay. I let Isaac know about the cave. He is on his way. But we need to find that ritual, I said. Okay, but why can't we go into the cave? Jasmine asked. Because that's what Isaac wants us to do, I said. And I'm not sure that Isaac will wait for us. I'm sorry, what? I'm not. Oh, wait, what? Wait for us. Wait. Okay. Note, this needs to get changed. I don't know what's going on here, but this needs to get changed. We walked for a bit, but until we encountered a tree looking exactly like the one described in the book. Guys, I think this is the location, I said. I must agree, but you guys must have been feeling some dark energy. I have been feeling it ever since we came here, Clara said. Yeah, we will all feel it, I said. But what is causing it? Clara asked. To be honest, it could be anything, I said. It could be their ritual. Thinking back to the book, Jasmine said. Oh yeah, it could be the ritual. And think about it, how many rituals have been done here? Then let's find the location of the ritual then. We know it's around here somewhere, right? I asked. Yeah, but this could take forever, Jasmine said. Not if we split up and take an area of the tree, I said. We split up, took an area of the tree to search. I took a look at the tree and seen that there is an indent in the tree. Guys, I think I found where the paper was located, I said, then moved my hands onto the ground. And then my hands felt a cold, wet tarp. For note for later for me, when I'm editing this, I need to say that I started looking on the ground. Felt a cold, wet tarp. I grabbed the tarp, lifted my arm, and there it was, the pentagram. The pentagram was faded. Jasmine and Clara walked and stood near the pentagram. Well, I'm surprised to see it faded, Jasmine said. Same, I thought for sure it would be fine, I said. Do you think the cultists are coming back to fix us? Clara said. They might, but let's not think about that. And just destroy this pentagram, I said. I took out my knife, then scratched the dried blood, and just like that, I broke the pentagram. But then the unthinkable happened. A white force came out of the pentagram. So that's what I was talking about, like a white beam or something like that was coming out of the pentagram. And it's just now slowly taking out the dark energy. What was that? Jasmine and Clara said. Have no clue. And I think I have more questions than I asked for. I said. Does this mean I can go find Isaac now? Clara asked. Let's at least finish removing this just in case. We should only take a minute, I said. About a minute later, we moved the pentagram, then covered it back up with a tarp and put the leaves back. Then headed back to the cave. Along the way, I texted Isaac. You at the cave yet? Yeah, okay. Jasmine, Clara, and I reached the cave, but we all decided that it was best not to enter. And just set up a trap here. After Isaac set up the trap, we walked back to the truck and waited till about midnight. Once midnight hit, we noticed that fog started to pick up, but that was not all. The fog seemed to only stay inside the forest. Everywhere else was fine. I noticed a set of eyes looking in our direction. Guys, there's a set of eyes looking at us. I said. Zeus looks over and starts growling. I think that is our cue, Isaac said. What do you mean? Clara asked. When dogs growl like that, it means that there's danger nearby, Isaac said. We got something out of the truck, or we got out of the truck and grabbed our guns, walked into the forest. Guys, something's different about the forest, I said. I noticed as well. I noticed as well. Feels less dark, Jasmine said. Might have been that ritual making it feel like that. And don't forget, we are going to have an angry skinwalker, so be careful, Isaac said. We walked towards the cave, but the trap was still there. So, good news and bad news, Isaac said. What's the bad news? Clara asked. The trap never went off, and we still got to find that skinwalker. The good news is we don't need to go into that cave. Of course, they end up in the cave. We should split up. George and Jasmine, you go and investigate near the entrance. Clara and I will go investigate where the two crimes happened. Sounds good, I said. Jasmine and I decided to talk while we looked around. So I can't believe that I am going to say this, but after destroying that ritual, I am starting to believe Isaac, Jasmine said. Same here, I started to believe him when I read that book about Sam, I said. Then a blood-curdling scream can be heard in the distance. We looked around, but saw nothing around. We walked in the direction of the scream. Then we saw a deer fur. A deer fur just laying there on the ground. Well, if that is a sign, then if that is a sign that there is a skinwalker nearby, then we should be on the right track, I said. I saw what looked like a shadow. It did not look like a man. It looked more like a creature. Jasmine, not to alarm you, but I see a shadow to the right of us, just behind a tree, I said. Is it a skinwalker? Jasmine asked. I don't know, it could be, I said. Isaac and Clara are seen walking in our direction. Isaac, look to your left and you will be able to see a shadow, I shouted quickly. Isaac looks to his left and sees the shadow. The shadow runs off and is now showing that it does not look normal. Isaac then runs after it. Isaac, wait, I shouted, but he kept running. We ended up following the fog. The fog started to get stronger the more we ran deeper. The shadow ended up climbing a tree. We caught up with Isaac. Isaac, what are you doing chasing a shadow that we don't know what it is? I asked. You may not know, but I sure do know that this shadow is a skinwalker, Isaac said, holding up his pistol up towards the skinwalker. Then the skinwalker jumps down and knocks the gun out of Isaac's hand and pushing Isaac to the ground. I pulled out my pistol, but the skinwalker does the same thing. The Skinwalker is in its arm, but a gunshot is heard. I also think I should put... I guess it's fine. But a gunshot is heard. The Skinwalker falls down. A bullet can be seen in its shadow. Isaac and I grabbed our guns. Isaac took a closer look at the Skinwalker, but it took Isaac's leg and ran towards the cave. We chased after it. The Skinwalker went into the cave, missing the trap. We need to go into the cave, I said. How will we know where to go? It is all dark and we don't have a flashlight, Clara said. I have a flashlight, Jasmine said. Perfect. Jasmine, since you have the flashlight, you can walk behind and keep the light pointed in front. I asked. Oh, sorry, can you walk behind and keep the flashlight pointed in front? I sure can, Jasmine said. I moved the trap over to the footprint, then entered the cave. As we moved throughout the cave, bloodstains were on the walls and the ground. Skeletons were along the walls. I noticed that a book was in the hands of a skeleton. I picked up the book and... George, put the book down, Jess. Don't worry. I just need to know if this was a journal, I said. I looked at the first page, and it was not a book. I put the book back and continued down the cave. We reached the big opening in the cave, and saw Isaac on the ground. We ran over to Isaac and checked his pulse. Is he alive? Clara asked. Yeah, he has a pulse, I said. Thank goodness. I thought he might have been I thought maybe he was dead, Clara said. I looked into the bag and grabbed a flashlight. Okay, Clara, I want you to keep an eye on the exit. If you see the Skinwalker, shoot, I said, throwing a flashlight. Okay. Or on it, Clara said. Okay, Jasmine, you're with me, I said. What about Isaac? We can't just leave him. Jasmine said. He'll be fine. Clara is right there. I said. I looked around the cave, found a tunnel, and walked into it. But it led to a dead end. But when I turned around, I saw the Skinwalker just looking at us. Jasmine and I both raised our guns and shot the Skinwalker in the chest. Why didn't I put the in there? But something happened. Flames started throughout the body. Skinwalker stumbled around for a bit, then disappeared to dust. We walked back to Isaac. Clara, come here, it is over, I said. You killed the Skinwalker for good? Clara asked. Yes, I said. Isaac then wakes up. What happened? Isaac asked. You got taken by the Skinwalker and ended up in this cave. Then George and I ended it, Jasmine said. You mean you killed it? Isaac asked. Yes, Jasmine said. Way to go, you guys. Your first investigation is finished. Isaac said. And you did it without me. It was not that hard to kill something that wants to kill you, I said. That's true, Isaac said. Well, I think we should get out of this cave and head back to the truck. We headed back to the truck. Isaac picked up his failed trap along the way. So, do you guys believe me now? Isaac asked. Yeah, Jasmine and I believe you, I said. What about you, Clara? Isaac asked. Yeah, I don't know. Never really had the chance. Clara said. What do you mean? Isaac asked. Well, I never got to see the whole thing, Clara said. Oh, I see. Well, next case you can take the lead, Isaac said. I hope that the next case is not like this one, Clara said. What do you mean? This one was an easy one, I said. Yeah. It was, but come on. We were in a forest chasing a creature in the middle of the night with thick fog, Clara said. A ghost case would have been a bit nice. But at least now we know how to deal with creatures like this, Isaac said. Alright, let's load up and head back to the hotel. First thing in the morning, we will head back. We will give back what we borrowed. What about Zeus? Claire asked. For now, he will stay with us. We will create some posters and stick them around this town, Isaac said. And if no one climbs them, then we will take him in. Are you sure? I asked. I'm sure, Isaac said. We hopped into the driver's door. We all entered and headed back to HQ. Steve was cleaning the dust off of a bookcase. Steve was cleaning the dust off of a bookcase. Clara walks in and says, "So, this is what a demon does when they don't listen? And who are you, a hunter?" Steve asked. "A hunter? No. I am a very powerful demon," Claire said. "And I suggest you do as I say." "What do you want?" Steve asked. "Well, there's a rumor going on in hell that you have a book that I need," Claire said. "And what book is that?" Steve asked. "Well, this book has the steps to end the world," Claire said. Steve knew what book she was talking about. A book that powerful? Can't say I've ever come across a book like that," Steve said. Claire walked to a bookcase. "Interesting. So you haven't found a book called The Aftermath?" Claire said, picking up the book. "I haven't," Steve said. I know that you are lying," Claire said, holding up the book. Since it was in the bookshelf. And you know what I do to liars?" Claire said, as she takes out a match. "I kill them. Now, since I can't kill you, and you can become useful when the time comes. So, what I will do is just set this building on fire. I will never help you. I will do my best to stop you," Steve said. Claire lit the match and dropped it on the ground, or dropped it on the rug below. "Have it your way then," Claire said, and disappeared. The whole building caught fire within a minute. We should probably put "caught on fire" within a minute. Steve opened a safe and grabbed a piece of paper. On this paper had a way to stop the end of the world. Steve then vanished. And that is it. So, I do enjoy how I written this, and yeah, that was nearing the end of chapter 1. So yeah, there will be no more streams on book 1, and it'll just be my time, and I won't be streaming the recording process nor the book editing process. So I guess we will be back in September. Well, we'll be back in near August for the release of the trailer and the audiobook for that. So yeah, this is basically it. And chapter 2 will be on clowns. Yeah, clowns. So yeah. Now, book 1, I know that chapter 1 isn't going to be as good as chapter 2, sorry. And, yeah. But, I think this is going to end this streamer play out here. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and please turn on those bell notifications if you are watching on YouTube. And I will see you in the next time. Bye!
Bye.